Okay, everyone, we are live.
Should we start?
Yes, you can start. You can try out the microphone again.
Okay, now?
I think we'll have to leave.
Okay.
Or perhaps you can mute Ivana.
No, I'm
Like to not hear me. We apologize for this. What about now? Okay, I think now it's good. So we should start. Okay, well, thank you for everyone who is joining EFPSA Week. To start it off, we will be presenting Events Office. And here, my name is Miljana. I am the events team member. And with me here is also Luka, who is our events officer. And unfortunately, Barbara and Chloe, who are the training events coordinator and events coordinator, could not be here right now, but we will talk about their positions as well. Let's go to the next slide.
Okay, so we have prepared a short activity for you. I will post the link in our chat. So I hope it works. So just try. So we have prepared 3 different questions, and we would be really happy if you could answer them. There is no right or wrong answers, but we would like to hear your opinion. So the first question is, what is Events Office? And I will give you a few seconds to answer this question.
Okay, I assume we have some answers, but I don't know that. Luka, how is it going?
So we have 2 answers.
Nice.
One is home, and the
Home.
another one is love.
Nice. Well, I would say that's definitely how I feel about it, and we feel about it in Events Office. But to get more structured about what actually Events Office is, we can go to our next slides to see that. Okay. So as I briefly mentioned, the Events Office has the events officer, events coordinator, training events coordinator, and events team member. to describe our purpose. It is to facilitate all EFPSA events. But for the purpose of explaining this, we've also made up a word, which is fantasticate. And by this, we mean to try and make all EFPSA events fantastic and lovely for all who will be present, and everyone who maybe can't, or as of this year, can also join online, since it has been the start of hybrid events, which will be with EBMR, if I'm not mistaken. So this is broadly what our purpose and our goal is. But to go into more details, let's see how we describe our team.
So when we were preparing for our presentation, we were thinking, how would we describe our team in just 3 words? It was really hard, honestly, but we made it. So first word would be fun. We are not sure if we are fun or not, but we think we are, right, Miljana?
We believe so. I think we are.
Okay, so the next one would be efficient. So we have really efficient meetings. And in this mandate, we've done really a lot of different projects. So yeah, that's why we think we are efficient. And the third word would be open. Okay.
I would like to add that for the second one, efficient, I think our love of short meetings and efficient minutes has brought us closer together, because it's this sometimes boring task to explain everything. So we just made a deal at the beginning of our mandates to be very efficient, very straight to the point. And I think we managed to do that throughout the whole mandate. And also something that I would say is definitely true for us is that we're very open towards each other, very direct and transparent in our communication, which I think describes every well-functioning team. Okay, now on to the main tasks of each member of our events office. Luka, I will leave this one to you.
Okay, so the main task of the events officer are to provide support and guidance to events office. So that includes events coordinator, training events coordinator, training events office team member, and we should not forget about the coordinators of our EFPSA event. As you all probably know, EFPSA has a lot of different events, which can be divided in 2 groups. One are, let's say, normal EFPSA events, for example, Congress, conference, and the another one are training events, so train the trainers, train advanced trainers, and so on. So, and the coordinators are also a part of our office. So the next one would be to provide support and guidance to the organizing committees. So I personally work with coordinators and organizing committees of EBMR, joint EBMR meeting. This year, joint EBMR meeting will be in Malta I think in 2 weeks already. And yeah, and the next one is the Congress coordinators or organizing committees. So my task is also to schedule and open the calls for organizing committees. So right now there are 3 open calls for 3 different EFPSA events. So the call for joint EBMR meeting 2022 has been already opened, as well as for research summer school and for the train the trainers summer school. So if you're interested, you are more than welcome to apply and be the coordinator of the next year's EFPSA events. So my next task is also to chair the selection committees responsible for choosing organizing committee coordinators, for example, for train the trainers, for research summer school, and so on. And one of my tasks is also to partake in regular board obligations. So we as a board have weekly board meetings. We discuss very important topics for the EFPSA and its future. So that's are my biggest task, but there is of course more of them. Okay.
Okay, on to the events coordinator. Mhm. Okay, so the tasks of the events coordinator are on this slide. And the first one would be to provide support and guidance to OrgComs. And for events coordinator, this includes RSS, conference, and Congress. And this means that the OrgCom will have at all times this person to reach out to ask for any help, as well as to be guided by providing all necessary documents, all necessary information for their work towards organizing a specific event. The other one would be ensuring OrgCom's financial stability, quality, and fulfillment of tasks. So in our team, this would be Chloe sending occasional emails reminding the OrgCom what their tasks are and just ensuring that they are going accordingly. The next one would be facilitating contact between OrgComs and EFPSA offices services. We have seen that this is an especially important role since OrgComs do get in contact with marketing office, finance office for different reasons and different things that are necessary for organizing one event. So to have this bridge between them is quite important and has proven to be crucial for a successful organization of events. And lastly, managing the internal projects of the events office alongside the EO team. I think this is, I'm not sure about other teams, but for us, we do enjoy creating projects that we can work on together. So this is something that would be a task of all of us, and we try to do them as a team and by having working sessions where we try to just brainstorm how we can make events office as well as OrgComs better and more efficient.
So the next position in our office is training events coordinator. This position is actually very similar to events coordinator, but training events coordinator is working with training events coordinators and organizing committees. So Barbara provides support and guidance to the organizing committees of train the trainers, train events trainers, and EFPSA Academy. She's also ensuring organizing OrgCom's financial stability, quality, and fulfillment of tasks. Then one of her tasks is also to facilitate contact between organizing committees and EFPSA offices and services, as Miljana already explained, with marketing office, finance office, and so on. And lastly, her task is also to manage the internal project of the events office alongside the events office team.
Okay, I'm back. So the next one would be, okay, the team members. So this is my position. And to be quite honest, since it's a very new one, it started from last mandate, actually mid-mandate. So it's still in the process of forming. And one of our tasks and one of our goals is to end this mandate by having a clear picture of what the next team member will do. As for my role this year, I have been organizing internal social events, for example, the EO get-together. This was the very first event that celebrated the fact that coordinators are now part of events office. So we had this one event where events office, in this smaller sense, the four of us, plus OrgCom coordinators have gathered, played some social games, and also discussed what can be bettered in events office and just these standard procedures relating to organizing committees. The second one would be updating event-specific manuals, and this is done in collaboration with other events office members. Then finding and introducing new tasks for events office to work on, and lastly, coordinating some external events. This has not been in the role description of the team member, but it's something that has been added as we went. So this year I've been coordinating the mental health project alongside Dea and Rosa, our president and external relations coordinator.
Okay, so what's up with events office? What we accomplished, we have accomplished really a lot. this mandate, so for example, successful execution of EFPSA Academy, research, summer school, and train the trainers, summer school, then also revision of post-event tasks. For example, we reviewed the evaluation form and actually the whole procedure of the post-event tasks. For example, we included I don't know, feedback session, yes, with the coordinators, because we believe this is very important and we can gain a lot of useful knowledge and feedback from them. So, and one of our accomplishment is also the first ever events office get together organized by Miljana. It was really an amazing get together. So our team and we met with coordinators. We were playing some social games. We had the opportunity to get to know each other and to also to make some future plans. Okay, so what's coming up? Would you like to present that?
Sure. So, well, we plan to execute more successful events, and the nearest one is the EBMR, where we hope to see a lot of you who are watching. And then also we have the conference coming up soon in Portugal. We also plan to have more EO get-togethers. Since we had a feedback form after our last EO get-together, we have received feedback that it is actually very nice and beneficial to have these a few times during the mandate, maybe 4 or 5. So we will try to have these and kind of allow coordinators to interconnect and help each other out in their organizing process. Then there's a very new, fresh task, and that is the Congress. The ORCOM timeline is the fresh task that I was referring to. We aim to make the timeline of tasks for ORCOMs very clear and structured. So that is something that's coming up. Then Congress manual, we hope to finish this mandate by successfully finishing one whole manual that will serve to help the Congress ORCOM to prepare this in the 2 years that they have. And lastly, we aim to reorganize Google Drive more. It has been organized quite recently, but there's a lot of outdated material there. So we want to kind of clear all of that up and make our lives and the lives of our successors easier.
Okay, so here you can see a few photos of our meetings. Yeah, and here is our drawing of I think it was on the first meeting, right?
Yes, this was setting expectations of our team, and this is what we came up with.
Yeah.
And also this is us using the Jamboard and answering the question that you've been asked in the beginning of this presentation, and that is, what is Events Office? And these are some of our answers. It's joy, it's a lot of emails, it's EFPSA hugs and sugar cubes and hybrid events and much more. Okay.
Okay, so feel free to contact us. We would be more than happy to receive your emails, your messages, your, I don't know, feedback, anything. So here are our emails. Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you for listening and coming. If you do have any questions, you can ask them now or use our email addresses that are on the previous slide. And that will be it.
Thank you.
Thank you. What now? Okay, we have one question. And this question is, what do I need to be a coordinator? I assume this message is relating to maybe previous experience or, okay, yes. So Luka, maybe you can answer this and I can add.
So you mean coordinators of different EFPSA events? Yes. Okay. So yeah, we open the calls for being the coordinator of different EFPSA events. So as I already said, right now there are 3 open calls. One is for joint EBMR meeting coordinator. The another one is for research summer school coordinator, and the last one is for train the trainers coordinator. So you just fill in the application form. Before that, you of course read the role descriptions, the descriptions of these events. Of course, choose your event you would like to host, and then apply. And after that, our working community or our selection committee chooses let's say the right person for hosting our events. And yeah, that's it. It's not really hard. It's very easy to become the coordinator of the event. So you are all more than welcome to be the part of the events office in the future.
Having read these open calls just today, actually reread, I would add that the most important thing you need would be enthusiasm to actually make this event happen, and ideas, since what you will be presenting in your application is your idea of the venue, your idea of a place where this event would be held. So I don't think you need much experience or CV material, but more so ideas and initiative. And that way you hopefully become a coordinator and join us on our next EO get together.
Hopefully. And because we are here to help you and to support you. So as Miljana already said, you don't need any knowledge about your event organization. So you are actually collaborating with the events office, so events coordinator, training events coordinator, or events officer. But there is also the help from the marketing office, from finance office, academic affairs officer, and so on. So you are not alone.
I would say that you need one more thing though. The application is for a coordinator, but this coordinator should have in mind who they would be working with, since EFPSA events are organized in various countries. The OrgCom is usually someone from this country, perhaps a member organization or another organization or people from your university. But even though you're applying individually, you should already have in mind the team that you would be working with. And also you should have in mind that this team would be split in, I believe, 4 sections. One would be for administration, social, marketing, and scientific. That is though, I don't think scientific is necessary for all events, but for some it is. But this is all, of course, located in the description. We have another question. What's something you learned by being in this office as a person and as a psychology student?
A really tough question.
A deep question.
Yeah. Wow. No, really nice question. Thank you. What I learned, I think I learned really a lot. First of all, like how to work with people from all around the Europe, and also how to work efficiently online, because I think that sometimes it's really hard to be efficient, especially online, because the motivation can decrease a little bit over the mandate. But yeah, I think, Miljana, you? I have to think about my answer.
Okay, go ahead. I would say that by just being in EFPSA, I have learned a lot. I feel like I've gained skills that I didn't even notice that I was gaining, since you're doing everything with someone else. You're not alone in anything. I also think I've gained confidence and presentation skills, maybe, since I would not have been able to do this presentation as lightly as this ever before. So that is something definitely that has improved. Specific to events office, I think just interacting with a lot of different people of a lot of different cultural backgrounds, but also a lot of different areas of interest and contribution, because in this way you're also connecting with other organizations. For example, for a mental health project, I've been privileged to work with a lot of different organizations and different federations, not only of psychology students, but also other fields, which has been quite an honor. And also, I think it just made me better at interconnecting and working with people. So I'm quite happy about what EFPSA has given me, which is why I would recommend it to everyone interested.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Miljana. I would also add that you learn how to solve like a lot of problems.
Definitely, and do it quickly.
Yeah. And of course also how to organize the best event.
Yes. If I might say, I wasn't the only one to get inspired. A lot of us have been inspired. See, this is my friend Sofia. She's from partnerships. This is Alex. He's from study and travel abroad. And then this is Ivana from marketing. So a lot of Serbs have been inspired by EFPSA this year. So maybe you get inspired as well.
Okay, do we have any other question?
Let me see. Yes. How is your team tied to diversity? Can you elaborate? What do you mean by tied to diversity? You're waiting for clarification. Filling in the silence. How do you apply the theme to your work? Luka.
We are working with different organizing committees from all around Europe, and the members of the events office are actually from all around Europe. So
I would say in the most basic ways, we compare how different trains are in each country. This is something that we've done. For example, in Serbia, they're late 5 hours. In the Netherlands, that would never happen. So just exchanging different facts about the countries where we come from is something very interesting. But on the other hand, we, for example, by working with other organizations, and we've worked with psychology students from South Africa and other countries, we also quite literally learn about the position of psychology and generally students in other countries, which for me was quite wholesome and just interesting to learn about. And I think every event kind of introduces their own country, because we always have excursion day. We always have some interesting ways of just letting people know what cultural aspects this country can offer. So I think that's also a nice way of including diversity into art.
yeah, and we should not forget about the cultural evenings on our EFPSA.
I think it's a
events.
favorite.
I think that's the best place to get to know with other cultures.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, do we have any other question?
No, we don't. But I realized that our marketing officer has vanished. So I don't know.
I'm the host now.
Okay. There are no more questions in the chat, but I would like to say that if you have any additional questions, you can contact us at any time. via emails or Facebook or Instagram or wherever.
Okay, so thank you very much for joining us, for listening to our presentation, and we hope to see you at our future EFPSA events, or maybe as a part of as a member of our events office. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you and goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Wave.